Hello, Twitch. I'm finally back in Minecraft. Took me long enough. While Matt is here, he unfortunately can't play Minecraft right now.
Rip
Dude,
external hard drive.
yep. So I'm just gonna go in here and diggy hole as the stream title suggests. Diggy hole. Oh god, my HUD is off. Oh god. What? Why did I do?
Probably for a thumbnail.
Yeah, entirely for a thumbnail. Where's my HUD? Where do I turn my HUD on?
The
Video.
damn creepers stole your HUD.
Okay. HUD. Found you. Oh hey, I've an iron sword. Okay, yeah, I was digging this thing out. Oh yeah, there's a giant ass hole here. Okay. Uh, yeah, let's... Um... I don't expect you to, want to tonight, but if you do want to, see what I'm doing, let me know.
Okay.
Or, let me rephrase that. If you do want me to share play this, let me know. Same answer as before, I know, but I just want to say that for my own sake.
You do know I have you on my PC, right?
Fair enough. I haven't either I got the notification and didn't pay attention to it, or okay, I just got the notification letting me know people are in are in the stream now.
Fair enough.
Okay, I should probably just keep digging down, I guess. Have you seen my Have you seen my base?
Yeah. I'm seeing it right now, I mean.
Yeah, it's. I got a little carried. I feel like I've gotten a little carried away with it.
Hmm.
I mean, tech. So you see this kind of raised area that's 2 blocks tall, like a block or two taller than the rest.
Yeah.
That was where I initially dug down at. But then I decided that I wanted to do it all together, so I moved my entire base over to this area and started digging.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I found this gargantuan pit. Darkness. Embrace the dark, child. Jesus Christ. Goddamn Thundercrackle. Uh, like, I know what I wanted to do here, but I'm not sure what I'm doing here.
Hmm.
Like, I know my basic plan is to just dig a massive, just dig a hole like this, and uh, so that the center of my base, so that I can see the center, so that this center of my base goes straight down to bedrock,
Hmm.
and has layers that hit on individual levels and all that. I might wait till I have some bricks I can use, and then kind of start filling things in as I dig.
Uh-huh.
God, I wish we could use the copper. I just, I was just thinking about how I wish we could use copper for doors and stuff. Then I remembered that in the update they're working on right now, they're actually working on that.
Well, that's good.
Like, it be, making copper usable for like decoration blocks and all that.
Hmm.
Like, yeah, it's still good, but it's there. It is really just decoration blocks though. Like, there's some usable stuff, but just more building blocks in the long run.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not sure if it was good luck or bad luck that to I somehow managed to dig my base right on top of a freaking mine shaft.
Hmm.
Like, on one hand, there are a lot of nice, useful resources. On the other hand, that means I have to deal with all the usual perils of a mine shaft while I'm trying to just build up my base.
Ah.
Yeah, I just had a funny thought.
Go
We
on.
we could conceivably have netherite armor before we reach the end.
Hmm.
I, I mean, it's no matter what, it's gonna be a pain in the ass to do because they made it harder to get netherite in the most recent update, but it'd still be kind of cool.
I don't know.
I haven't killed the Ender Dragon in ages. Yeah, I was just thinking about this a couple of days ago.
Huh?
Given the option, 9 times out of 10, I would really want to do. Yeah, if I was playing Minecraft, I'd want to do it on like a server, like a proper server, where there's people online most of the time, or there's definitely active hours where you could have like where chat could legitimately have just people to talking and chatting and all that,
Huh.
like about random nonsense and uh, like I enjoy Minecraft and I enjoy modding Minecraft and all that, but I get the most enjoyment out of Minecraft when I consciously can know that I'm not the only one playing.
Ah, makes sense.
Hell, on most of the servers I play on, like like they've been going long enough, or used to play on really, but uh, like they've been going long enough that there are legitimate like markets where if there's something you need, you can just go there and and chances are you can find anything that you any like oh, you need this specific enchanting book. So long as you have the currency, you can get it. Or running out of this one resource that's a pain in the ass to get. That well, this person is selling it for X amount. That kind of thing.
I get it.
Like the market doesn't need to be a thing because if it's an active community, people are if it's an active, nice community, then people are usually willing to be just like, okay, if you need this thing, uh, trade you for it for like a like a good pickaxe or something.
Hmm.
Honestly, that's one of the things I liked about the Ponyverse server when it was so active. Like people were just nice and friendly.
I hear you. Like you said, that kind of stuff's better when like there's a bunch of people.
Hmm. And while there are like Bedrock communities that are compatible with the PS4 version and the PS5 version, well, uh, well there are the ones that are compatible. It's just like how popular is a Bedrock version of a server really going to be versus just playing on like really for Bedrock. It's like realms are the go-to thing. And I'm not sure how safe a Bedrock server can be too. Like with a Java server, you can it loads it up with plugins and all that stuff, so that you can have so that if you want to, you can like lock your chest and all that, so people can't just come in and take all of your stuff unless you let them.
Hmm.
Or like, or make it where that so long as you can, so long as an area is claimed, the only people who can alter blocks are those you allow and all that. Or just having a server of genuinely nice people. That too.
must use bathroom. I know I was only gone for like a minute, but that felt like it felt like I was in there for 10. It's one of those kinds of alleviating feelings.
Indeed. I usually have one of those after stream since most of the time I don't go while I'm streaming. Unless I'm
Hmm.
legitimately have been playing for multiple hours.
Basically, when it's beyond the point of no return.
Yeah, like where it's like at the point where it's legitimately uh, like I've been playing this for so long that yeah, like playing Dark Souls. Like eventually you're going to have to take a bathroom break and all that because yes, you can play Dark Souls for a long time and get distracted in it, but some functions need to happen.
Hmm.
Hmm. I think this level, or this area over here, that's just like a natural open area, I might turn into a farm.
Oh.
Yeah, because I don't have any food resources really. Like long term, I intend to make like the very bottom level of this to be like a super farm, which also harvests manually, but just like a completely over the top massive farm.
Hmm.
But until then, I'm going to need some place to have crops grow. And then if I keep finding things like iron at this rate, I almost called it silver.
Hmm.
If I keep finding iron at this rate, I might actually have enough by the next time you join to outfit you in iron armor.
Didn't I already have iron armor?
I don't know actually.
I
I don't.
remember having having some shit causing you to make a joke saying something like I'm already ahead of you and or something like that.
It's
And
entirely possible.
which caused me to bring up the fact that yeah, I've got like equipment for fighting and killing things, but I'm still living in a fucking hole in a wall.
There we go.
How much damage do you think you'd take if you fell straight down there?
It's not actually that deep.
I'm talking about in the tiny hole, like if you kept falling.
Uh, that that's only another like 4 blocks.
So wouldn't that be at least a heart?
A heart or two, yeah. I'd probably be more worried about the monsters that are down there, but yeah.
Oh, definitely. I didn't mean it like that. Like, be careful, you'll die. I meant in the context of, well, since last I checked, this is set on hard. It it means that regenning and such, survival is more difficult in general.
Mhm. I hear you. Do I have dirt? Hmm. If I do, I might go ahead and put some dirt down there. I do have dirt. Jolly good, jolly good.
Something that's kind of weird as far as like Xenoverse goes.
Hmm.
A decent amount of the red Key Blast things has Crusher in its name. Be it Jace's Crusher Ball and Crusher Volcano, or Caulifla's Crush Cannon, Crush Stream, Crush... Fuck, what's it called? You get my point.
Mhm.
Found it, Double Crush. I just think that's a little weird.
I hear you. What am I doing? Why am I using stone bricks? That's my building resource. It's annoying enough to get them without using them just to block a path.
Hmm.
Okay. 3 and 2. Oi, I heard that.
It wasn't me.
No, no, I heard a witch. Hmm.
That'll work.
Okay. Well, farming area set up. Or mostly set up. Okay, now I just need to hoe, water, and plant.
I know we've talked about this in the past, but I really do think it's weird how we have Android 21 in Xenoverse in general, considering, the fact that she just came from Fighters,
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't include her and they didn't include her Majin form.
Mm-hmm.
And top things off, the fact that she only has one preset and can't even be customized.
Mm-hmm. So, that reminds me that one of the channels I follow, SLO Plays,
I know, slow plays, yeah.
I enjoy his content, but his latest stuff really is really annoying me.
Oh,
Yeah, like basically all of his most recent videos have just been like something uh, like it's like the bit that appears on the notification for it is something to the effects of insert click something that sounds really awesome, official, such such that makes it sound real good. Then at the very end, that basically gets cut off from the title, speculation. So like,
yeah, speculation videos are annoying.
so like oh shallot something or more Cax or Vegeta Black and like oh this is really cool and then I just realized wait a second this isn't
It,
official, this is a fucking speculation vid.
yeah. if it was at least like him doing a mod video, then I'd say it shouldn't bug you too much. But the fact that it's a speculation,
It, it's a speculation, but it's also modded. So that it's in Xenoverse, but it's a speculation vid on using a mod for the content.
mm,
Like Vegeta Black, it's legitimately Vegeta modded with the Goku Black outfit. What the heck? Okay. Jeez. A neighbor was just pulling in and it was just like they were basically parked in the street and that worried the hell out of me.
mm,
So like the headlight was glaring right at my window and it worried me. Um but yeah, like if it was just like if you said up front, okay, this is a speculation video, but it's like looking really really official, like all sorts of stuff like oh this could actually be a real thing. I should click on it, and then it's just like not at all official, and it's just like a mod or such. It bugs the hell out of me.
yeah, like I said before, I can understand when shit's like that.
Like I understand you need content, my guy, but there are better ways to do it.
Especially since in the past he was just like when he did a mod video, he said it's a mod video. He didn't like, try and dress it up or nothing.
Like it's more like he just found a mod that's like, oh, this looks cool. What if this was official, more or less? And I'm just like, ugh. Like I'm seriously considering like just unsubscribing from his channel a little bit, or at least turning
Damn.
off notifications for him. Like every day every day I'm getting a speculation video that's trying to make it seem like a official thing, and like if it was an official thing, I'd be all down for it. But when it is just a mod video that's being used to be like, what if this was real?
Uh-huh.
So yeah.
What makes shit like that even more infuriating, however,
Hmm.
is when he shows off these amazing mods, even when he like lets you know from the get-go it's a mod, it's like you'll see shit and you'll be like, damn, why can't this be real as an official?
Hmm. Yeah, I'm like yeah, like the whole Vegeta Black thing, like I could like that's never going to happen, but it would be awesome if it did. Since
Mm-hmm.
like they've it's straight up been admitted at this point that he actually just hates Vegeta, so like Vegeta's his least favorite character.
Huh. Didn't know that. That seems kind of
or
unreasonable.
or something to that effect. It's just some sort of article like him admitting the fact that Vegeta's his least favorite. I didn't read the article, but that's the headline of it. That's basically admitting that that the fan theory that Vegeta is his least favorite is actually canon. True, not canon. True. um, but yeah, that's a thing. Um, but it's yeah. I enjoy his content, but if he's just going to keep doing the speculation vids, I'm not sure I want to keep subscribing, or at least getting notifications from him. Subscribing might be a step, unsubscribing might be a step far, but it's still accurate to kind of how I feel. Like, though it does ring true to one thing that I definitely feel in regards to YouTube in general.
Mm-hmm.
If I ever reach the point where I'm doing shit like that, I if I get to that point, Matt, I want you to tell me, and because at that point I need to stop doing YouTube.
Ah, okay.
When I become the thing I hate, I it's obvious that I've been doing it for too long.
Fair enough.
Alternatively, I need to fire my editor if if I get that far. Just potential editor watches this video and like, okay, don't do that.
Technically, all you really need, or all I guess the editor would need to do, is simply change the title so it's nothing iffy.
Yeah, I get that, but if you're doing it, you either need someone else to to like uh, some more of a revision process, or you just can't be trusted to do them.
Hmm.
Like, okay, yeah, once is one thing, but if it's just becomes a regular thing, then yeah. Why am I hearing bird sounds? I'm underground and underwater. There are places birds should be. This isn't one of them.
It's just the chickens of the sea.
What? I'm sure that's a reference to something. I feel like I've heard that before,
Chicken
but
of the sea is one of the things people call tuna.
huh. Chicken of the sea is tuna. Jeez. Fair enough. I'm not really a fan of tuna, but fair enough.
Hmm. I'm looking for a specific kind of strike attack because I need something that's a little cinematic, that like lasts a bit when it hits. But I can't go with my usual choices like Wild Hunt either.
So, I'm sure you've already thought of this, but I'm just going to suggest my usual thing if I want a cinematic strike hit. Super Godfist.
Yeah, I like that one.
But not what you want for whatever it is you're working on.
Uh-huh. Unfortunately, I need it to be a multi-hit kind of thing.
Hmm.
The current front runner for me is Super Dragon Fist.
Hmm.
But I'm hoping I can find something more
More.
fitting than
Yeah.
that.
Hmm.
One of the other things that makes this tricky is also not wanting to have a off-putting color for this.
Hmm.
Like, I'm not like, it's not like in the past where I'm like, everything needs to be this exact color in this shade or whatever nonsense.
Hmm.
But it wouldn't, but it would be weird to have a normal thing and then just suddenly, I don't know, the fucking God of Destruction Destroyer color purple, you
Hmm.
know?
Yeah. Hmm.
Thing, excuse me, thing is, there's a few others that kind of meet my criteria, but the problem is, like, I need it, like, to be throughout the whole thing.
Hmm.
Like, case in point, I wanted to use Mach Kick, but the
Hmm.
problem with that is when the kick doesn't connect, you still see, like, 6 or 9 legs all constantly kicking quickly as you move forward.
Hmm.
And gonna be real, that kind of destroys the look.
Hmm.
I'm not saying, like, it completely ruins it or anything like that, but, like, it makes it where I feel like I have to keep searching.
Hmm.
But I do agree with what you said about Super Godfist being an awesome move.
Um. I don't think it's cinematic enough, but Deadly Dance is nice.
I considered it. It was another one of those consideration things, but I also have Bloody Counter, so I felt like if I wanted that many kicks, then at that point I need to ditch this cack and just make Chun-Li.
I mean, I don't think that's that would be very hard, honestly.
Neo Wolfing Fist or Wolfing Fist might work, but the problem is I'm not sure. It's one of those cases where I feel like this is mainly a key character, so so this cack wouldn't really get a lot from the best, like, melee super. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And plus, there's a chance that it'll still look fucking weird.
Hmm. Okay, so I need pants, boots, helmet. Pants, boots. I wonder if I have I have a golden hoe. Okay, I'm definitely plowing my fields with that. I wonder if I have a resource pack I could use that could make the armor look nicer.
In the end, that's what really matters. Looking, armor looking cool.
That's not sarcasm, right?
Oh,
Okay. I didn't think it was, but I need to double check. I'm not good at that kind of thing.
doesn't help that at times I can be monotone.
Yeah,
I've
me
gotten a
too.
bit better at it over the years, but I know I still sometimes have to update my voice settings.
Mm. What crops do I even have to plant? I know I have melons, but... Okay, I do have seeds. Good. Okay. You know, I'm so ludicrously proud of one of the most over-the-top farms I ever made.
Yeah?
It was 72 by 72,
Uh-huh.
and it was, I think, 6 layers of 72 by 72. So
Jesus.
it was completely over the top. All manual harvest too.
Mm.
Like, as I said, completely over the top. Hella fun though. I enjoyed building it up, and like it came out looking nice, which was my goal in the end, really.
That's good.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I'll just fill this area with more seeds until I have enough melons. Okay, I have a farm. Now it's just now it's up to time to tell me if this is actually a good farm that functions. But I have it, so I should find out soon enough if it's actually working, or if I need more light or some such.
Hmm.
I think long term I might extend, like have tunnels and such around, so like, so like it's like, so like there's this my main area, which is my proper base, but like somewhere in the distance there's another glass roof to a glass floor, glass roof uh, area that just has my it just is like a tree farm or a etc. Like tree farm and or a prop like having separate melon farms and wheat farms and all that. 3, Oh, I have life stone now. Not that that is a bad thing. Hmm. Okay, armored up. Hmm. Seriously, they're advertising that? Really?
Yeah.
There's a resource pack. Like, get more packs. The
Yes.
first one is X-ray. It's legitimately just an X-ray pack. God. Hmm. Oh, that's cool. Uh, apparently now, when you do emotes, there's actually a chat message for, that tells everyone what you're doing. Wait, what? How the fuck? How the fuck did you spawn in here, guy?
I've just learned that they spawn wherever they want.
What the hell? You mess with my crops. I kill you and your llamas. Okay,
Kill the llamas first. That way, they won't get the jump on you.
true. Hey Matt,
Go on.
if you had to, if you had to, if you were offered a cup, uh, if you were offered a cup of pop, huh, would you rather be drinking Coca-Cola or Pepsi-Cola?
Pepsi Cola.
Any particular reason why, or just your drink of preference?
Preference, but a couple of other reasons. One being a personal kind of thing, and then another being a petty kind of thing. I will
Oh,
tell you the petty, but not the personal. The
fair
petty
enough.
is Coca-Cola's from Atlanta. Pepsi's from New York.
Ah, I see, I see. I honestly just prefer. I'll drink both. I'll drink both, but Pepsi is just sweeter to me. and I'm
and
not a
that's one of the
fan of
reasons I
that.
like it. Fair enough, but
Like, I don't mind it, but between the two, I generally go Coke just because it's a little less sweet.
like I said, fair enough. But something I do want to point out
Hmm.
is the fact that, excuse me, when it comes to the two, Coke is always like more carbonated, more acidic, if you will.
Yeah, yeah. Like, to be fair, I don't generally drink the straight Cokes of either brand. Like,
I know what you mean.
if I'm getting any kind of cola product, 9 times out of 10, I'm probably going to be getting 9 times out of 10, I'm probably going to be getting myself like a Coke Zero or a Pepsi Max.
Hmm. Another thing, I'd just like to say Pepsi Max is a cooler name than Coke Zero.
That's fair.
I mean, no. Even though I prefer Pepsi, I'll say Coke Zero sounds cooler than Pepsi Max.
Hmm.
Like, the Zero makes it sound like exotic. When I hear Max, it sounds like it would be a Pepsi with real sugar, not the Coke Zero equivalents.
Hmm.
It kind of feels like they just decided they wanted their not diet soda to, just kind of, yeah, that looks better.
Yeah,
However, it does make you look like you're about to ask King Arthur how he knows so much about swallows.
that's not a
You see it.
downside.
I know.
I will say I will say this does look better if let me see if I can make switch to the tall version of my character. Okay, yeah, you can kind of see how it has like straps and like how it's like little pieces of armor on the legs and such,
Hmm.
rather than like full plating. And yeah, I still generally prefer
Indeed.
the short character, but yeah.
Shaw, Shaw.
Did I see a zombie there for a second?
I think I saw it too.
Yeah. Well. Oh yeah, these guys look. The
Maybe
villagers
it
look
was
kind of
just
weird. Yeah.
maybe it was just one of those weird things where maybe it was just one of those weird things where
Look at this guy.
maybe it was um I'm not gonna lie, I feel more inclined to kill them now. It's the creepy face,
Yeah. Yeah.
honestly. Oh god, does that mean all the villagers are gonna look like that with those giant ass eyes and that creepy plastered smile?
The smile, I don't think so. The eyes, possibly. Okay, I have to admit, I like this. I do like their design for copper. Just mostly orange with a hint of green on it. Um, yeah, honestly, this pack is like the pack of my childhood. And not because not just because I used it a lot when I was younger. Uh, for the longest time, and honestly, it might still be true. The Yogscast used this pack whenever used this specific pack whenever they were doing any sort of like if they're doing like for a very long time, this was their pack for any of their Let's Plays. So I'm very familiar with it, and it brings back memories of probably the one of their craziest long running projects. Uh, Back in God, I think it was like one point beta once or not beta, but uh, one dot. I want to say 1.6. Or it was one of the early versions of official Minecraft. Like after
Hmm.
they exited beta, the they or maybe it was pre-beta. Uh, I'm not. So the pro it was like 100 or something episode series,
Yeah.
and which include the hit single of "Creeper on the Roof, la 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 la." There's a creeper on the roof. um,
I got that.
yes, yes. Um, the eh, their goal was they wanted to make a factory. The factory produced Jaffa cakes,
Hmm.
which is a sandwich cookie in Britain. So, but in the mod pack, it was just cookies. Jaffa cakes were just cookies, and the there was quite a few subplots or side stories and such going on during it too. Like, for instance, the main person behind the whole wanting to make Jaffa cakes, Simon, he at one point in the story, we found out that there was a giant talking head underneath his bed. Like they lived in the same house, so it was underneath their bed too. But like it was a giant talking head that gave him orders.
Yeah, that's still a what the fuck.
It turns out that like people like one of the semi antagonists, but future antagonists, someone who someone who's sometimes an antagonist, sometimes a like neutral side character,
A dick. The guy's a dick.
was messing with it so that it was messing with it so that changes the orders he gave or got.
Mm-hmm.
But it backfired because he took orders from the head too.
Hmm.
So they changed it to forcing him to or change the orders so that he helped them with to finish the Jaffa Factory project.
Hmm.
For reference, this is uh, this is this is the same group of people with who from the Red Matter bomb incident. You know, the one where they set it off and it ends up destroying their base and a whole chunk of the world,
Ah.
and like everyone was panicking over it. It- They did eventually finish the Jaffa factory. It was quite interesting.
Do tell.
It was it did take them like 100 episodes to finally complete the bloody thing, but once they did, it was like a full on like it was like the Jaffa cakes were launching like it was like wheat was launching from one area, milk was going through a conveyor belt, and being launched over to another area. It was really like, now that I know these mods better, I know for a fact that they could they could have legitimately they could have legitimately done it in like 3 machines or something like that. Like, it could have been a lot easier than what it was.
Hmm.
But it was like a legitimately like 100, 200 block tall factory yeah, that they made just for producing Jaffa cakes in
Ah.
mass, and it looked cool. It looked cool. It's such a big deal that in like a more modern version, it was still like 4 or 5 years or like 6 or 7 years ago now, but a more modern version of that mod pack. They came back to it and they basically remade it with modern tech, with a modern tech and all that, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah. That sounds kind of cool.
Um, Another big one they did was Yogg's or Moon Quest, which was which it, simply put was them doing it was a new it was around the time where the space travel mods were like the newest thing were the newest thing, so they were experimenting with using them for the first time, basically.
Hmm.
And it's like a dedicated mod pack for it, and uh, I think or the initial goal was to get to the moon, and then after that, it was kind of just exploring and keeping going and all that. But God, the funniest thing about it was two funny things actually. One, the this was also in the time of when Mist Mistcraft was a very big mod based on the hit video game series Myst, Myst. My mom actually has that game series. I've been wanting to play it, but uh, so basic premise of that is you there's these magic books and you can kind of put them together and explore worlds, and it's really cool. But because of some of the generation stuff at the time, world
Yeah.
generation stuff, one of the worlds they ended up in was obsidian dicks that were sprouting oil.
I cannot even say anything. Jesus.
Yeah, they were pretty surprised too. Because it's like, what do you do when that happens? It's like,
For real, for real.
um, they end up they did end up using it as a source of oil, but still. Um, uh, but the other big thing is a very has become a very common in joke in the Yogg community. Uh, so this was a new mod at the time, so there wasn't a lot of stuff on it. But but one of the big things is uh, was traveling to other planets and Galacticraft. So at the time, it was such a new mod that no one really knew anything about it.
Uh-huh.
But so that when they finally got a rocket a bit good enough to send to the moon, it was like, okay, we're sending it off. Simon will be our Simon, Yeah, the one who was all about the Java factory and all that, and uh, where he's going to be our first person on the moon, the first dwarf to land on the moon. Um, and the and what ends up coming of that is that they just kind of like they load him up with the gear, uh, like enough stuff that he could land there, survive, set up a base, and then uh, send come back, come back. Um, however, what they didn't know about it, about the way the moon landing stuff worked at the time, and it still works now, but uh, what they didn't know is that the moon landing stuff has a very specific control method that they don't explain prior to this.
Mm.
So long story very short, or well, actually I'm not not short, but so he had he was he had taken off, uh, and after he take off, it was like, okay, what to do, uh, and like like build a space station, go to the moon, and he of course selected go to the moon, and then it was like uh, dimension loading type screen like you get with the Nether, and
Uh-huh.
and then he was in the game and it was like press space to slow down, press, and he would just read it out loud, press space to slow down, and then he pressed space, but because it sounded like just you press it, he pressed it, and there's like nothing's happening, danger, danger, and then he died. And now he's spawning on the moon, at the spawn point on the moon, without any oxygen equipment, and basically stuck in a never-ending, uh, suffocating death cycle.
Respawn. Click, 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 click.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, so of course the rest of them were like, okay, we need to get up there right now and help him, and that turned into uh, to another person going up there and being like, okay, I've pressed space to slow down. It's not working. It's not working. Boom. Second person stuck on the moon without any oxygen equipment. They found
It
when the
reminds me of a classic Robot Chicken skit. Monkeys from outer space.
but they
NASA's budget got cut to $1.
uh they eventually figured out that it it wasn't press space to hold down this press space to slow down. It was hold space to slow down. It took them a while.
Indeed.
At one point, one of them uh, one of them did finally manage to get back to where they had crashed, so that they can retrieve all of the stuff they brought with them. Most
Mm-hmm.
notably, including a Mistcraft book that basically linked the Earth to the moon, or well, base so that they could teleport back to their base safely,
Yeah.
which put less of a deadline on everything. Still a deadline, but less of one.
I really hope I didn't just find out that I could have used a basic bitch technique for that one thing I was talking to you about.
Mm-hmm. I mean, with your luck, you have, but there. Yeah,
It's about to happen.
there, there. Um, I will say when you can join Minecraft again, I have set
Mm-hmm.
this up where you don't need the texture pack to join, just because it
Mm.
is a higher quality one. So I'm not quite sure if your PS4 will be able to handle it easily, but you can choose basically. You can have it on, but you don't need to have it on. I've just realized something.
Yes.
This bastard's a devil. He has horns.
Gasp.
Like, yes, I know it's not really that surprising, but it's cool. It's a nice touch. Uh, God, it does feel nice using BDCraft again.
This was an old texture pack, right?
Oh yeah, it's been around since I think beta days, honestly.
I didn't know it was around for that long, but I used to use this one. I just couldn't remember the name.
Yeah,
Been
yeah,
that long.
yeah.
I had that shit on that old laptop that I had in high school that I used in
Same.
college.
Yeah, this is honestly this is one of the texture packs.
Hmm. I'm pretty sure the original guy who made it, like, stopped with it, but other people just continued it.
I don't know. What you're saying is entirely possible. Okay, this is really, really wasteful, but I need to. I just ate a golden apple because I was on 1 bar of hunger. 1 bar of hunger. Uh,
Yep. In the end, all I really needed was fucking Meteor Strike.
mm,
One of the single most basic moves in this entire freaking game. I think it's one of the skills you start off with when you select
it is.
the
Strike or crash?
strike. Not that it matters, because I'm pretty sure all three are like that. I think Meteor Blows... Actually, no, I think Meteor Blow is a PQ1. By the
No,
way,
I was more asking because since Crash is the one that you can continue, that is can go for like 3 key bars or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes, by the way.
What?
You said by the way. We're talking about meteor strike and blows, and then you said by the way.
Oh. Uh, Honestly, I forgot what I was gonna say. Like, I knew that was pertaining to that, but it's not really of importance. Like, excuse me. The point is that in the end, it was one of the most basic fucking ones.
Hmm.
It's what I was looking for.
There, 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 there. You know, with how much I've been talking about Yaksas this episode, it it hit me calling the stream having Diggy hole in the stream is accurate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've really have done some really crazy builds over the years.
Hmm.
Like the time I built a spaceship in survival. Um, I made a bunker a couple of times. I've helped build castles. I've helped build towns. I made a hobbit hole. Honestly, I'm really proud of the hobbit hole, actually. Have I told you about the hobbit hole recently? Or at all?
Perhaps.
So, I wasn't sure what I was doing to start with, but I thought, hey, but I was thinking, and like, the friend I was building with at the time, it was just like, they're making this really nice looking town, and I was like, I don't really want to. I don't think I can build a house in the style that she's built the rest of the town in. But what I could do is but I do feel confident in my ability to just make like, like maybe I'll just build something like kind of undergroundish and leave it at that. And that it evolved into what if instead of just making an underground hobbit hole type thing, what if it was like a full on like what if I what if the hobbit hole expanded out into like a full on build type. Well, so basically the hobbit hole started as me just doing like trying to build a somewhat underground base basically, and evolved into me getting a crap ton of dirt and building a hill to make my hobbit hole in. Like full on like instead of instead of starting with a mountain and making and like carving out the hobbit hole in it, I created the mountain around the hobbit hole. It took a while.
I'd imagine. You
Came
made a
out
mountain out of a hobbit hole.
came out looking nice though. So there's that.
You know, what you said reminds me of one of Doofenshmirtz's evil schemes.
I'm taking that as a compliment.
Can you guess what it was?
Hmm.
For throughout his entire life, he had been told, don't make a mountain out of a molehill. So, he built his make a mountain out of a molehill inator.
Hmm.
And he did it for one reason only.
Oh,
So that way he could not be told what to do. He does what he wants.
he's
That
a
was it.
he's a strong independent scientist, or something like that. I mean, fair enough, really.
Yep. And you know the funny thing?
Hmm.
He technically succeeded until he didn't succeed. You see, he successfully zapped a molehill,
Mm-hmm.
but the end result was it caused the star-nosed mole that was living there to become gigantic,
Oh no.
and it proceeded to Shrek his inator. I think I remember him even making a comment saying, so that is why you're not supposed to make a mountain out of a molehill.
I mean, he's not wrong. That is a very good reason to not make a mountain out of a molehill. Hey Matt, long,
Yeah?
long term from now,
Oh
uh,
boy.
like, this is not something for the near future in any way, shape, or form. Would you be interested in like, if we can find like a good server to join, would you be interested in doing like just playing on a Java server together? Like, not one I'm hosting. Not one I'm hosting. I'm sick and tired of hosting Java servers that don't get used.
I won't say no.
Like, this isn't any, like, the very earliest I could see it happening would be like February, but even then. Do you reckon Tim would be interested in joining this world?
I think it would be a lot easier than him getting on a Java server, or any server, on his messed up laptop.
Um, I just had a funny thought. Or
Yes.
kind of funny thought. Do you think Tim would be annoyed? How do you think Tim would react, like, if I can get, like, a proper job and all that going? How do you think Tim would react if I just got him a new laptop for his birthday or something?
I'm pretty sure he wouldn't know how to react, because that shit be expensive.
Huh? Like, I'm not sure I'd get him like a brand new laptop, but I'm
If
not
it's good enough to play games, it's gonna be expensive. It doesn't have to be new.
not necessarily, but I get where you're coming from, but not necessarily. I I would if I did that, if I did that at all, my only goal would be better than what he has now, which isn't all that massive really.
To this day, I don't know how it can apparently run FGO
Uh,
allegedly better than yours.
uh, it was so now with the new emulator I found, that's no longer a
Doesn't.
thing. Like I'm not sure. you've heard him talking about this or not, but so he's back to just doing it on his phone because that's what runs better for him, whereas I'm now emulating it full time. Melons. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Okay. My melons shall now be growing full time, and I have a nice crop of wheat too. Great. Hmm. I've just had a thought. I've just realized
Beyond thought.
that a long-term goal I probably should have is up is getting to the point where my base is both above and below ground. Is above and below water.
Mm-mm.
Like so, I have the underground underwater base, but I also have but like parts of it extend above water, so I don't have to keep the trapdoor around to enter. Honestly, honestly, that might be a short-term goal. Like, just think of a good design for it and then just do it so I can remove the trapdoor entrance. I don't mind the trapdoor entrance, I just would prefer to not have it. Maybe just do a basic tower design? Something to think about. God, it looks nice out. And hey, because I'm just doing random crap while the stone smelts, I'm actually getting a backlog of it. At this rate, I will legitimately need to get started on a storage system. Because I'm starting to cringe when I'm looking at what I have now, and that's not a good thing. Well, that reminds me of a thought I had the other day. In
Yeah.
that, in Mass Builder, which I definitely need to play more, uh, I had the thought of everyone, with how everyone seems to be making all of the characters in that, it made me have the thought of that I really want to make MASH from FGO, which honestly is pro it honestly is probably a lot harder than it sounds just because of what her main weapon is. Her main weapon is a massive F-off shield. Like a shield bigger than she is.
Hmm.
Like, it's big enough that she and the main character can easily hide behind it with nothing showing. And like they're both like kind of average height, so average height, average width, so it's 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 big. It's not the biggest, but it is pretty big. Then again, it is also the physical manifestation of the round table, as in the Knights of the Round Table, and can manifest Camelot. So yeah, there's that. One thing I have to admit to disliking about Bedrock Edition versus Java is how the Bedrock version of Java is has completely different redstone mechanics to the Java edition. Like, don't get me wrong, Java redstone is kind of crappy, but it is a known amount of crappy, and people are used to it. But Bedrock Edition use because most of the redstone is completely different to Java, and there's less player-based content. It makes it harder to find proper builds for for things that are very common in Java Edition. Like bigger piston doors, for instance, are very hard to find uh, Bedrock versions of. And and again, you could do it yourself, but if for me who started with Java, it's very hard to learn the Bedrock version because I'm used to the Java version. Okay, that's iron.
it occurred to me what time it was. I gotta get to sleep.
Rest well, friend.
You too, Charles.
Yeah, I just want to finish mining out the, what I'm currently at and what I'm calling it.
Alright,
Though,
good.
this this scene here with just the daylight and the fish, without the HUD, it looks really nice.
Hmm.
What's the time on the stream right now? 1:48. Okay. 1:48 for a very good, for a very nice, thing.
Yeah. Alright. Night.
Night, rest well.
You too.
Arr. I salute you. Salut. At least I'm just gonna mine this last little chunk here and then call it. Yeah, I'm sure I'm gonna drive somebody bonkers who's just using stone pickaxes. It might be myself, honestly, but I should have just enough stone bricks and uses in these pickaxes to get this last bit of wall done, and then I'll be golden. Golden Requiem. Golden window. I need to watch more JoJo. Seriously, another one of you bastards spawned in? Okay. Harvest the crops. And we're golden. Bye, chat. Have a good one. Ending stream here. Bye.